Hello and welcome to another video tutorial on understanding body language, lies, cheats and happy feet. So this morning the boss has just gone to work, so I'm going to fire off another quick video tutorial before I've got to go to work. So this one is from the TV program Golden Ball, which was on Challenge TV. Basically all the idea is to be as relatively as deceptive as possible to win large amounts of money. So in this particular game, the jackpot is just over 100,000, which they can either split between them, so both get around about 50 grand each, or one of them can steal it, the other one can split it, and they get the whole amount. So I'm just going to run the video on. Let's see if we can see any indications that either of these two are potentially feeling guilty or potentially not going to split the money.
Inside, you will make a conscious choice of choosing the split or the steal ball.
Okay, so
If you both choose the split ball, you split today's jackpot of £100,150 and you go home with £50,075.
So that is the money on the line. So £100,000, and that is a lot of money. So
If one of you splits and one of you steals, whoever chooses the steal ball will go home with £100,000.
So you can already see his facial expression, the head shake,
And the person
so it's disbelief.
the split ball goes home with nothing. If you both choose the steal ball,
So look at that particular expression there. Eyes closed, relative pursing of the lips. What was that? That tells me she's having internal dialogue. She's thinking about something.
you go home with
What's
nothing.
she thinking about?
Okay. Before I ask you to choose, I want you to look at your two golden balls.
Okay, so we don't
and make
necessarily
sure you
need to see
know
this
which
bit.
is the split ball and which is the.
So we'll just trim the fat. And here we go.
Before I ask you to choose, I think you have some talking to do to each other.
Stephen, I just hope they weren't puppy dog tears and they were real
Oh.
tears and you were genuinely going to split that money.
I am going to split this. That's 50,000. I'm just, it's unbelievable. I'm very, very happy to go on with
You were
50,000.
genuinely going to split the money.
If I stole off you, every single person there would run over here and lynch me.
So let's just rewind it from this guy here. Let's just see if we can spot anything deceptive about it. Now, what strikes me?
Tears and you were genuinely going to split that money.
I am going to split this. That's 50,000.
So we've got disbelief.
I'm just, it's unbelievable.
We've got facial nodding in the right place as well.
Very, very happy to go on with 50,000.
And what we've also got here is relative pupil constriction as well. So he's not under that much stress because he believes that by splitting this money, they're both going to walk away winners. So he doesn't feel...
Genuinely going to split the money.
If I stole off you, every single person there would run over here and lynch me.
There was no way.
So there's the punishment. If he doesn't split the money, we've got a threat of punishment by obviously being jocular, but it's
There was
still
no
relative.
way I could. I mean, everyone who knew me would just be disgusted if I.
And that is the biggest giveaway. That if this guy was savvy in non-verbal communication and specific content analysis, he would have just realised that this lady, with just that little statement there, is lying and being deceptive. So let me just run through her statements.
There was no way I could. I mean, everyone.
So there's no way I could, and then stops. So she's not finished that sentence. So there's no way I could do what? That could be anything at all. She's not made it clear what she's talking about. And then what we do then is, if we're not really clear about what we're talking about,
There was no way I could. I mean, everyone who knew me would just be disgusted if I stole.
so everyone who knew me would be disgusted if I stole. So who is everybody? She's not making it specific to one person, and this is a classic liar's statement. If you ever hear this kind of statement throughout your day, when anyone says, "Oh, me friends would be so disappointed in me if I did something like that," that's not admitting that you're not going to do it. It just means your friends would be disappointed if you actually did it.
When people watch this, they're not going to believe it.
Please.
I can look you in.
So what we see here also is very apparent is massive pupil dilation. So massive pupil dilation comes in with fear.
Everyone who knew me would just be disgusted.
And I think it's going to be the fear of the punishment or a fear of the feeling if she turns out to steal the money.
I stole.
When people watch this, they're not going to believe it.
Please.
I can look you in the
And she's trying to manipulate his emotions now.
straight in the eye and tell you I am going to split. I swear down to you, I am going to split.
And there we go. So look at that particular expression then. If this guy had been savvy in non-verbal communication, he would have seen that particular facial expression. So just make that expression yourself. Concealed emotion. Massive concealed. Okay, we do this by hiding the lips here. And by also with the head down and the eyes down as well. So we've got concealed emotion here. And that's definitely coming in with potential guilt. Okay.
This is serious money. It is. Sarah, Steve, choose either the split or the steel ball now.
So watch all that back again. She never actually says that she is going to split that money. It's just all implied on his part.
All off you, every single person there would run over you.
So watch it all again.
50,000. I'm just, it's unbelievable. I'm very, very happy to go home with 50,000.
You're going to split.
If I stole off you, every single person there would run over you and lynch me.
There was no way I could. I mean, everyone who knew me would just be disgusted if I stole them.
When people watch this, they're not going to believe it.
Please.
I can look you in the...
And what we can also see very briefly is this area of the neck here. So where the carotid artery is, if you watch it in freeze frame, you can see it pulsating slightly. And that comes with increased blood flow to the brain. So it also comes in with acute pupil dilation as well. So we can see that she's under extreme stress.
Believe it.
Please.
I can look you in the...
And we can see that this guy is not necessarily feeling that stress because his pupils have not dilated that much. So we can already see here the difference in contrast. He's relatively relaxed, he's giving good eye contact, he's nodding his head down as he's talking for emphasis, and it's in sync. We see a concealed emotion gesture there.
It is. Sarah, Steve, choose either the split or the steel ball now. Hold it up.
And you know how instinctively he went first to pick that ball. He knows full well he's going to split this money.
Steel ball now. Hold it up.
We're going on with 50 grand each. I promise you that.
Split or steel?
So what's happened there, folks, is she's just stolen the £100,000. They could have split it and had 50 grand each, but what's happened is she has stolen all that money. And let's have a look at her reactions and his reaction. So what we're seeing here is a contrast. We've got a relatively relaxed expression here. Here, what's that expression tell you? We're seeing slightly one-sided facial muscles here. If you can see here, just one side of the mouth is pulled up. That's contempt in the body language sense. So we're seeing contempt as she picks it up, and contempt comes with that feeling of knowing something that somebody else doesn't. So she knows full well that she's just about to steal this. She cannot hide her emotions on the face. That's why she flashes contempt.
Split or steel?
And initial reactions, we see that expression there. So hiding the lips again. Concealed emotion. And let's have a look at his expression here. So now he's just realised he's won nothing, never mind 50 grand. And the head goes down. The hands go onto the top of the head. And her expression again, pursing of the lips.
What's coming in this game?
And look at that particular expression. You don't need me to decode what expression that is there.
Congratulations.
And what she's doing now is, look at that facial expression there. The mouth is wide open. And she rotates her body away from him, so she doesn't want to see his anger and his disgust and his sadness. And she angles her body away, the mouth is wide open, and we can see the anguish now coming through on that facial expression there, and that's anguish, and that's just realisation to what she's done. We see tremendous guilt.
£100,150.
And we see more pursing.
I'm so sorry.
And interlocking the back of the neck here, making relative the turtle effect to try and make ourselves look as small as possible because we don't want to see the anguish.
Lost.
And Jasper's not helping matters. And now we see a result of an adapter. So the hand covering the mouth here in disbelief, in sadness, in terrible guilt, and that's when the head and eyes come down as well. So now she might be having second thoughts to what she's done because the feeling she feels now is a little bit overwhelming, but maybe 100 grams will make it better.
Horribly familiar feeling for the other.
And we see covering the hands, covering the eyes of the hands, and there we go.
Golden Balls has taught me that some people look for revenge quite easily, and greed obviously knows no bounds.
So we see anger here.
When Stephen revealed the split ball, I wasn't proud. I didn't feel happy about what I'd done.
And you can certainly see
having
that.
been stabbed in the back last time, I just couldn't put myself through it again.
So we're seeing revenge. So there we go. So that's a prime example.
If I stole off you, every single person there would run over here and lynch me.
Okay, so we're seeing punishment there again. So
everyone who knew me would just be disgusted if I stole.
And that is a classic giveaway there. So that's an example of a false start, a statement with no ending. And she's using distance by saying everyone will be disappointed. But then again, who's everybody? Is that the whole world? Is that a few close friends? We can see pupil dilation. There's nothing here that gives me an indication that she is going to split that money. And she never actually says that. It's all implied on that poor guy's part. But if it had been savvy and non-verbal, he could have stole as well. And then they both went home with nothing. But there you go. So anyways, hope you enjoyed that video tutorial here on understanding body language. If you've not joined my page, please do. It's Understanding Body Language Liars, Cheats and Happy Feet on Facebook. I'm on Twitter as well. It's at Body Language UK. Please join that, and please share these videos as much as you can. So, with everyone here Understanding Body Language, take care and bye-bye for now.